Hi, I'm the one called Jonny who sometimes takes photos for Fast Bikes magazine. This time on my continuing attempts at a video blog, I was sent to a Brands Hatch track day with 2 bikes, and I was to meet up with a proper racer type called Carl. Amazingly, he does have a full bike licence, although depressingly, my licence is older than he is. Right then Carl, off of Essex, what bike do you normally ride?
I usually ride a Ducati Panigale 899, and today I've traded down to the KTM RC390 and the Yamaha R3.
You haven't traded down, you've traded sideways, they're equally good.
In fact, they're just as fun. They're 2 incredible bikes and I've had a lot of fun. They're both pretty similar, pretty evenly priced, but they both perform very, very differently. I'm really impressed with how they've coped compared to litre bikes and 600s, genuine track day riders. It's probably been one of the hardest rides I've had, but it's definitely worth it. If anyone can get a go on it, I'd definitely recommend them a go. But I have to say there is one that's really stood out to me, and not saying what that is, but
But you looked at the KTM.
Well, you know, it's just love at first sight.
Did you think it was going to be better before you rode the 2 of them?
When you look at them, they almost look like they have a different stature, they have a different attitude. Like the KTM looks really aggressive, and the Yamaha, as soon as you sit on the Yamaha, it has a more upright, almost tourer feel to it, and you really get that when you're on track. The KTM, as soon as you sit on it, it puts you in that right place. It almost feels like it's a race bike, and I really, really like that. I'm quite small anyway, and I thought even though it was fairly aggressive, it was very roomy, and the Yamaha was just a bit too roomy for me. It was a bit too comfortable to ride on track. I like it a bit more KTM and Austrian in this case. But the bikes handle really well. Even the stock suspension, I find, even with the lack of adjustability, it was really good on track. Mainly on the KTM. The Yamaha, it was a bit soft and squidgy, but there's only so much you can ask for. The main problem with these 2 bikes is the lack of power. Being under 50 horsepower, it really, really does screw the corners, especially when you're coming out of paddock, up a hill. It's just absolutely kills you. So you've really got to concentrate on getting that corner speed right. And if anything, it makes you a better rider than riding a big bike where you've got power to rely on. So yeah, I'm really happy with them 2 bikes. I think they're great still. I'd love to have one.
Of course you would, so would I. I rode the R3 down the hill to the petrol station and back and was pleasantly surprised by how spacious and comfy it is, and it does actually generate enough thrust to be fun. I'll leave you with more of the RC lapping the Brands Indy circuit though, as it's the more track happy of the 2. Obviously this features in the new issue of Fast Bikes magazine. Do comment below or email me here.